So I wanted to take a minute today to talk about what we're seeing from an industry perspective, fashion industry perspective, about the adoption of 3D. Where are we seeing growth? Where are we seeing opportunities for growth? What's coming down the pipe for 2023? So first off, we're seeing so many customers that have moved from the pilot phase to the scaling phase. So there's a lot more conversations about connecting architecture across the entire organization. The buy-in is there from an executive level, and the funding's there for them to actually start developing more in 3D. And the reasons are the same that they've always been: reduce the number of physical prototypes, it's more sustainable, it's more cost effective, and then also get to market faster. So all of those things are starting to align, and we're seeing a huge amount of growth there. Next, we're seeing a lot of customers start to look at using 3D internally, so make better decisions. So that's kind of part of that go-to-market, but it's a little bit different. Like, there's a lot more sharing in 3D that's happening internally. And kind of the next step of that is presenting buyers 3D. So whether that's with a solution like Stitch, or it's doing something with New Order, or even their own internal buying platform, we're seeing a lot more customers want to present B2B buyers with 3D versions of their design and potentially reduce the amount of actual photography. And I think the reason that we're seeing a lot of growth on the B2B side of things is that B2B buyers understand the fashion industry. They can look at a 3D version of a product, even if it's not 100% photorealistic, which for a long time felt like was the barrier, or the bar rather. We have to get to photorealistic or we can't show it to anyone. They're starting to see that they can present a 3D version, buyers get it, they understand, and they can make an informed buying decision on that product. On the e-commerce side, still lots of pilots. Still not all in. A lot of pilots, some really promising results from some customers, but it's still a little bit early in terms of how many people are actually fully adopting 3D from an e-commerce perspective. And I expect to see more of that happening in 2023, but I think we're probably still gonna see a lot more pilots. There's a desire and appetite for some more engaging 3D interactions, I would say, on an e-com side, but we are seeing some more. The area that I think I'm most excited about that is really new, and it's more for footwear at the moment, but I think it'll grow for apparel, is 3D from an advertising context. And so what I mean with that is that we've seen Google launch 3D in organic search, and they're going to be launching 3D elsewhere as well. They're focused on footwear right now. I think it's going to be absolutely massive on the ad side of things. I think we're going to see more stuff coming from people like Meta, people like Snap. 3D is becoming much more pervasive across the industry. I also think we'll see bigger marketplaces like Amazon, who've done things with virtual try-on with footwear. We're going to see that expand. And once we have these marketplaces and these giant advertising platforms support 3D, there's a really strong case to be made, because it's really easy to present the data of, hey, this ad unit, this type of ad unit in this category is increasing conversions by X%. And the difference is that with e-com, there's a lot of different factors that go into play. With ads, there's obviously creative, but generally speaking, the ad's gonna be pretty similar from brand to brand in the same place. They know the exact demographic info of the person they're serving the ad to, all that sort of information. So that's where I keep my eye on the most for 2023. And the final one, which we've talked more about, and we're actually gonna be talking more about with Sergey from WANA and VNTANA live event in about a week, is virtual try-on. And we're seeing a lot better capabilities come out there. Again, I think we'll see more on accessories and footwear, less on apparel, but that is an exciting category that's emerging and growing in 2023. So those are my thoughts, and happy holidays, everyone.